Hello and welcome to Dark Heresy, Felonies of Faith, the Ascension mini missions, and it has been for us as players almost a month, I think, since we last played. So I'm going to be a little bit herpa-derpa, I believe, but I shall do my best to be a good GM. And our last session was the first half to the Krios mini mission Ascension, where we had the systematic trial by logic determining whether or not the knowledge which Krios possessed was worth the risk of Krios infecting the whole of the Mechanicus with a meme virus. And Krios's denial that he knew what a meme virus was probably the most serious offense in the eyes of, I'm going to only say it in the fullness this one time, Upsilon Upsilon Delta Beta, the Magos Prime of the Mogus Research Facility, who had determined, based on the cases presented by Ferdoy Boyle, who is the Logis Prime, and Viktor Karchev, the calibration coordinator and engineer for the facility, each of them arguing the opposing points that Krios should be utterly destroyed, or it is worth the risk of a meme virus just for the fact that Krios has developed some rather impressive technology. And when that technology was presented, it was determined that it was utterly corrupt. So, fuck Krios, we're sending him to the boiler room. No, not the boiler room, the Infernicium? Latinify the word Inferno.
Prometheum unit?
Something like that, yeah.
Is
simultaneously,
Inferno?
Sorry, what?
Inferno in Latin? I'll check.
Infernus. Infernicium? Anyway. Simultaneously, while this was taking place, bits and pieces Krios had been overhearing that this was a research facility for a particular type of abhuman. In fact, I believe he already knew that before coming here because he just was that well knowledgeable and heard all sorts of wonderful things about the Imperium. And not only that, but he had worked under WDB in the past before WDB was assigned to this facility. And considering... holy shit, how do you even have ownership of that token? God damn it.
Yeah, you gave me that, the hordes for locals.
Oh, I remember, because you were providing all these tokens.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. You were
I also have vodka. I'll be good. And a lot of the locals.
Okay.
Inferno in Latin is Inferno.
I don't believe you.
There you go.
Anyway, this facility was researching a particular abhuman that demonstrates potential as a shock troop for military purposes when exposed to the rainy season here on their homeworld of Mogus. The issue being that they were attempting to determine what exactly was it that caused them to enter this frenzied state during the wet season, the rainy season. And while Krios wasn't able to discover any of this information during his trial, it was revealed at least that the rainy season is on its way. In fact, it's kind of ahead of schedule, and WDB being the stickler for routine that he or it is, the fact that the rainy season is ahead of schedule does not ipso facto change the schedule that the tech priest must obediently follow under his jurisdiction. As such, the routines to ensure that the front gate were operating in preparation for the rainy season were not yet complete. And so when Constantine Revictus Helvetica 082, the Solaris Prime for the research facility, decided that for the safety of the research facility and all those within it, he would close the door ahead of schedule. This upset the delicate calibrations that WDB and his Logis Prime Faraday Boyle had previously established for the yearly routine of their research facility. In other words, he did the right thing and now he's being punished for it. Well, they let him get away with it the first time, kind of saying, no, revert to the regular routines. We'll discuss this later. And then, a bunch of those frenzied abhumans were running into the facility, and Constantine's like, oh shit, close the door. And because he already did it once, the Epsilon was ready for this and's like, caught you red-handed, bitch. And now they're interrogating him after sending Krios away to get purged, basically, or deleted. Of course, the screams of the civilians that basically shelter inside the research facility are now filling the hallways, as well as probably the crack of las weapons as some of the Skitarii are fighting back against the rampaging hordes that are now filling into the facility. And Krios is being escorted away from the tribunal chamber by one of the Skitarii guards, a combat servitor, which is presently carrying Henry, and a Crimson Guard Solaris, which is kind of an upper elite of the Crimson Guard. So, Krios, what do you do?
Looking ahead of me, can I see any nasties?
No. Well, you know what? Give me an awareness roll.
First roll in a long time. I'm going to guess it's going to be a 53.
If you get an exact... Oh, well, it's not a 53.
Oh,
but
it's higher than that.
Yeah. So, you're not going to be able to see much detail, but if you zoom all the way to the west, that includes you, Joe, because you're our video cameraman, you'll see at least 3 of the hordes that I've made visible for you.
Yeah.
I guess technically I should move them a little so they're a little more line of sighty for you. And you'll definitely see flashes of red as las weapons are being fired.
I'm doubting this is going to do anything, but I will turn to the elite Skitarii, gesture towards the combat in the far distance, and just say, threat analysis.
Okay, give me a intelligence-based fellowship roll, I guess it would be, but well, it's not fellowship, but let me just before you actually do the roll, let me just check here. You don't have charm trained, but you are talking their language. Now, socially, you aren't an enemy of the... Well, actually, you know what? At this point, yeah. At this point, I'm giving you rival and enemy to the Mechanicus, basically.
Yay.
So, yeah, there is a penalty for you here, but go ahead and roll, I'd say, DC of 53.
Come on, 42. 68.
Now, you do have your 1 fate point. You held on to it all last session, so... Is it worthwhile, is the question.
Right now, I don't think it is.
Okay. The Solaris will basically ignore you and simply continue walking forward, and if you are not walking with him, he will point his weapon at you.
Oh no, I'm walking. Feel free to move everyone as a group.
Okay.
Can I see if it looks like the guards over there are losing the fight?
It's a big distance. Like I said, almost 700 meters, but you do have awareness, and your optical range is pretty far. Your mechadendrites are still put onto standby mode, basically, so you'll need to find another tech priest to unlock those.
Fucking bastards.
But, well, with your earlier awareness roll, I'm going to say that you can tell that the horde is advancing, and it's getting hit, but it's still... The mob of people are getting closer.
Well, I'll say, this might bite me in the arse, but that's the only thing I can think of. Suggest alternative route. Path ahead seems compromised.
Okay, give it, once again, a roll of 53 is your DC. It is a logical statement to make, so... Okay.
Yeah, toast.
And the Crimson Guard Solaris will hold position and basically binary chatter to the Servitor and to the Skitarii to also hold position for a moment. State's processing, and within... I'd say 2 or 3 seconds tops, it will Vox communicate that analysis complete, alternative route being determined, proceed with self-unit on new course and direction.
It's going to be the exact same way. Well, for now. Side room. Interesting. I'm going to push my luck. Also suggest routing further security forces to the front. That is the only security breach so far.
So you're attempting to tell the Solaris how to do his job?
I'm not telling him, I'm just saying, there's a fuck ton of dudes over there. Just, I don't want everyone here to die.
All right, give me another roll. See if you are able to give him good advice and if he's going to accept it.
Well, I haven't got a very good feeling about this one. I'm going to guess it's going to be an 86. Well.
Statement denied. Priority orders are to ensure the destruction of previously ranked Engine Seer Krios, now determined Heretic.
Sorry, I'll say it again. My brother came in and talked to me.
Basically, he's saying his orders are to escort the Heretic to get disintegrated, and it's not his business to, fix the problems of the rest of the facility.
Krios fumes.
Okay, and I'm going to...
A few loud hisses.
Like Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yeah, possibly.
I'm just throwing out some hallways and rooms here. Oh, wait, I'm being silly. This is not supposed to be a direct route, and that's why it's going to be more difficult. So, meanwhile, I guess, well, no, this is Krios' show. We shouldn't bother seeing what's going on in other people's lives right now. Although, Jess, I will state that Machiasen is going to be putting his hand to his ear, saying, wait, I'm finally getting that goddamn transmission. Or throne damn transmission.
Good.
And
well, isn't Emperor also a god? So
well, yes, but you don't take the Emperor's name in vain. But apparently, it's okay to take the throne in vain. Don't ask me why.
well,
Because
the
a
throne
throne
is
is
just
just
god.
tech,
It's
and
just
who gives a
sustaining
fuck
the
about
god.
tech?
Tech priests give a fuck about tech.
That was the
is another
joke.
word for toilet.
Wait, Fungi's making jokes? That's grand heresy and the prime directive stuff. Shut up! I have a
You're
brain.
crossing the
somewhere.
nerd streams there.
Yeah, I know. Crossing the nerd streams. This is why Fungi always wins, by the way, you guys.
This is known.
Well, he's also British. So.
Well, yes, that does give him bonus points, but
How did you know? How did you find out? I was keeping a secret so well.
you suck at
Yes,
keeping
well,
secrets,
the
by the
monocle
way.
top hat and tea times were dead giveaway.
I once stole a pen. Oh no, I figured it'd be funny to tell a secret because I'm bad at telling secrets. You can all fuck off. I'm a comedy genius.
Funky's a genius.
He's a
I'm a
genius.
genius. Says he flailing body parts around.
That's one of the best ones, honestly. Okay, so I guess I gotta finish making my little maze of hallways here. Sorry. Just a little more. But yeah, so Machiasen is receiving orders apparently that are. He is both pleased and not so pleased about. Then.
Is he gonna share?
Yes, but it'll have to be in private because I
Of
don't want to
course.
spoil everything. It's obvious that something related to Lynn and Machiasen is going on, but
Kamayasan.
kumbaya. So yeah, at the moment I'm just trying tons and tons of hallways just to
And private.
just give this place a feel as if it's, well, it is massive, but that it actually has purpose to its massiveness instead of just me being.
I think we assumed it did.
It's 40K, so gratuitously huge, massive rooms is par and parcel. Excuse me.
It's Parmesan cheese for the course. I'm sorry, I'll go consider too now.
I didn't even understand what the second sentence was. Almost done. I swear I'm almost done. I hope.
BT, once you start this thing, you can never stop. We know how it works.
Yeah, you're right. I am kind of an addict to drawing maps.
Where do your mom? It is Friday soon.
Okay.
Stop
Okay.
here for now.
Yes. Okay. Stopping now. So yeah, that was a little longer than I planned it to be. Basically, the Solaris will open a side door, venturing into a part of the facility that is seemingly an access tunnel to further parts of the facility. No guards, but there will be some servitors and some regular tech priests going about their business here.
What weaponry is everyone armed with?
Regular tech priests might have a las pistol on them.
Sorry, I
Servitors
mean the three around me.
So, give me a little threat assessment roll of your own. This would be an evaluate roll, basically.
Apparently their guns have really turned me on.
Well, they probably would, considering, but
I'm not a technophile.
okay. So,
They're all las cannons that look so sexy, like Henry.
well,
They're
yes,
just,
indeed.
They're just
someone,
ripe for the improving.
what the combat servitor is indeed carrying Henry, but Henry is presently disarmed. The power pack is not plugged in. In fact, you're not sure anyone is carrying one of the massive sized power packs, basically car battery sized. The combat servitor, however, does have 2 mechadendrites, each with a, you'd guess, a hell gun. It's not really easy for you to determine because it's basically integrated into the combat servitor superstructure itself, and they're basically shoulder mounted. And the arms are regular hands, but augmented for lifting and carrying heavy loads, and also punching things really hard. The Skitari has essentially a hell gun that he's carrying. And yeah, Fungi, I am getting echo through you somehow.
Oh, fucking hell, really? It's my same old headset.
I know. It's apparently I was causing echo yesterday as well. Am I causing echo today, by the way, folks?
Nope.
Yeah, so it's kind of unpredictable. Frustrating, I know, but it is what it is. Shake your fist in rage. But yeah, so the Skitari has a hell gun of some sort and a hell pistol sidearm, as well as a combat mechadendrite that basically is a chainsword. Then the Solaris has some kind of weapon that you haven't seen before, but based on the general shape and logos on it, you believe it to be some sort of microwave and or radiation-based weapon.
Making a complete guess, would this be a Volkite weapon?
I don't actually know for sure. Do you have a link? There's a weapon in the Inquisitor's Handbook that I'm referencing. I don't know if Volkite is what they're called, though.
Probably not, then.
Well, potentially. It might be the same thing. I don't know for sure. Can you describe what a Volkite weapon is?
It's basically a fire-based weapon or burning-based weapon. It's relatively new in the fluff because I think it was introduced for the Forge World 30k books.
Oh, okay.
So it's at most maybe 4 years old.
So it's a
Dark Heresy
flame-based.
is much older, so never mind. Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it's thermal-based, but not flame-based.
Does it have a chance to rock onto other people?
It doesn't immolate. It doesn't catch people on fire. It cooks. Well, okay, you don't know this in character, but this weapon cooks people from the inside. It's basically a pointed microwave gun.
Alright, never mind then.
And on top of that,
Dinner served.
this one also has a mechadendrite with a hell gun, hell pistol, hell gun carbine. It's somewhere between a full-size hell gun and a hell pistol mounted into a shoulder crane of some sort. And looks like there are holsters galore underneath those red robes that are quite bulky. So you can't tell what's hiding underneath his red robes, but he's got guns.
So it's safe to say that these guys are armed to the fucking teeth.
Well, the Solaris is armed to the teeth. His minions are decent weapons, at least.
Still troubling.
And yeah, so this hallway is not crowded, but there is also sufficient number of other tech priests and servitors if you want to try and exploit that. I don't have tons of tokens laid out for them at the moment.
How augmented does the average tech priest look?
Average would be just below what Krios is presently. There is a few who are more augmented than even Krios, who look more like servitors, but the fact that they're wearing red robes makes it clear that they're tech priests. Well, there's also some fairly fleshy ones that maybe have an eye augment or an ospec or a vox grill or something, but relatively fleshy otherwise. The servitors, you know how they're pretty much ranging the gamut of a little brain inside a jar all the way to this guy probably used to be an Ogren and now he's got steel bones. Was there something in particular you were looking for?
Wondering if I could incite panic, but I think that might involve myself inciting Lasburns. I think I will just stay quiet for now.
Okay. So advance. Are you going to intercept any point during this? Oh,
No, not for the time being.
Guy, you pause the recording.
I just
Joe.
saw that.